Hello and welcome to video number 8. In this specific video, you're going to learn how to deliver your content. So in order to deliver your content, in the previous video, we got all the URLs that point to the content. Now all you need to do is to access a autoresponder service like aweber.com or getresponse.com or any other service that allows you to create an autoresponder. And then what we're going to do then is to simply create a bunch of follow-up messages that will send out to the person. So let's go ahead and go do that. Now you can use any autoresponder that you would like, but in this example I'm going to be using aweber.com. Now if you're going to use Aweber, then go ahead and log in to your account. Then after that, what you want to do is click on My Lists, and then click on Create and Manage Lists. You'll be given an opportunity to create a brand new list, and that's where you're going to be sent to. So at this moment, we're creating a brand new list. So you want to enter your list name, from name, and address. And then move on to personalizing your list. Then at this point, you can brand your company. So enter the name of the fixed term membership site. You can put the website URL and your email signature because this is what people are going to see. After that, simply click on Save Settings. And then, of course, last but not least of this section is to create the confirmed opt-in message. This message is what people are going to see. For example, when they sign up to your list through the thank you page, they're going to then receive an email basically requesting their permission to add to your list. So this is the message that they're going to receive. So you'll want to make sure that you customize it in a way where people know that this message is directly from you. So you might want to say something of your fixed term membership site. So you can edit the subject line. You can choose a pre-approved subject. Or you can enter a custom one here. You can say confirm your subscription to the outsourcing fixed. Now obviously you're not going to have fixed term membership, but outsourcing 123 membership. And then of course you can customize the intro where you can say, we received your request for information from default group. I would change that. I would say something like, thank you for purchasing the outsourcing 123 training. We received your request for information. And before we begin sending you in the information you requested, we then want to be certain we have your permission. So I think that's good enough. And of course you can change your signature. And then after that, you can enter a success URL. You don't have to include a success URL. So in this case, because we're delivering the content through email, I'm going to leave this blank and click on Save Settings. And then after you do this, you can go under Messages and click on Follow Up. And then we can begin to create our follow-up messages. So go ahead and click on New Plain Text Message. You can create HTML messages or you can create text messages. In this example, I'm going to be using text messages, which are basically just plain text. The welcome email, you probably want to say something like, here's access to your first outsourcing 123 video training. And then under that, you can say hi, and you can personalize this by clicking this button here. And you can choose, as you can see, full name, first name, last name, and so forth. So if I want to replace this, I could do that. And this basically just customizes it where if somebody receives the email, and let's say their first name is Bob, it's going to say, hi, Bob. So this really is automated. It's automation at its best. So it says, hi, first name. Thank you for purchasing the outsourcing 123 video training. And you kind of want to tell them again what the delivery schedule will be. Thank you for purchasing the Outsourcing 123 video training course. Just as a reminder, you will be receiving content every week. The first content is down below. Please watch these videos. What was it? Watch these 2 videos and get started right away. You might also want to include information about where they can get support. Need help? Please go to www.botblank.com/helpdesk. And let's see, this link here and this link here. Video 1, video 2. And even though it's very clear and cut as to what things are, the best thing is to tell people exactly what everything is, what they need to do, and so forth and so forth. So this is the first follow-up message that goes out, and you can also test and preview it if you want to. In this case, I'm going to click on Save and click on Next. And click on Save and Exit. And there we go. So we've gone ahead and created the first plain text email message. And what I want to do now is to create the second message. And the second message is going to contain week number 3, day 3. So as you can see, it's 0. And remember, I went through and created a schedule here. So it's going to be 0, 2, and possibly 4. So the first day they actually get 2 videos. The third day they actually get 1. And then the second week is 3 videos, and then the third week is 3 videos. But the first week they receive 2 videos on one day and 1 video on another. And then if you want to retain your customer and help your stick rate increase, you could always insert a message in between these just to make sure that they are taking action. So since day 3 I want to put it out, I need to click on New Plain Text Message. And then you want to continue it from that point. So what I mean by that is you want to say something like third video of the outsourcing. Watch the third video of the outsourcing course. And it's good to put a verb before your subject line so that, okay, watch this or do this. And then you can say hi, personalize it. You don't have to personalize it. You can if you want to. I hope you had a chance to view the videos, the other two videos. In this specific video, you will learn how to do article research. Or actually, how to outsource article research. And then to watch the video, simply click here. If you have any questions, please go to blank. Thank you, and to your success. So once you get a hang of it, you can actually duplicate this email and just connect it. And then once you're done, you can click on save. Click on next. And this is important. It says number 2 is sent how many days after the previous email. So what we want to do is 2 days after. So all we have to do is 2 days after the previous. You can deliver it at a certain time, but we're going to leave this off. We're going to click on save and exit. And there we go. So if we create a brand new message, and in this case, we're going to deal with week 2, day 1. We can simply copy what I copied earlier. 4th, watch the 4th video of the Outsourcing 123 video course. Hi, first name. I hope you had a chance to view the other video. And you can customize it. You could say on outsourcing article research. Did you have a chance to look at it? So you want to engage and ask questions. To watch the video, simply click here. And of course, you want to enter the different URL and say, if you have questions, please go to blah, blah, blah. Thank you, and to your success. Click on save. So as you can see here, after you create the first 2, then the other emails are actually very easy to create. Just simply copy, paste, and customize. Click on next. And then, of course, remember ours was day 3, right? So all the way across would be 7 days, 6 days, 5 days. So it would be 5 days after this specific one. So if we were doing like, okay, the first one was on Monday, the second one was on Wednesday, and then how do we get back to Monday? So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 5 days. So 5 days after the previous. Click save and exit. And there we go. Now you get the hang of it. What I want to do next is to create a web form for this specific list. So what you want to do is click on web forms. Click on create a new web form. And then go ahead and create a web form. Now, I don't want it to be too fancy. I want it to be fairly simple, straightforward, and to the point where not too many distractions. So try to delete as many distractions as you can. And just leave the name and email. Sometimes if you just want to do email, you can do that without the name. But because I personalize it, I want the name. So I'm going to click on Save Web Form. I'm going to click on Go to Step 2. And I'm going to name the form name my web form. I could do outsourcing 123 fixed term. And the cool thing about Aweber is you can actually choose a thank you page. You can choose the basic version, the audio version, the video version that shows people how to do stuff. And I'm going to choose that. I'm going to leave this as it is. Click on go to step 3. Click on save web form, of course. And then I'm going to want to get the HTML or JavaScript code. So it says, let's see, I will install my form. All I need is the JavaScript, so simply highlight this, click on right click, click copy. And then what I want to do now is to hop on over to my thank you page in my file manager, and I want to edit the thank you page with Composer. And if you recall, you'll remember that I put this number here for a reason. What I want to do is simply find this number by clicking the source code tab here, finding the number, and by using this method, you don't need to know anything about HTML. Simply replace that number that you created with this code, click on save, exit, and then of course you want to upload the file and overwrite this file. So all I need to do is drag and drop, and we can actually check it out. If I go to this page, I should be able to see the web form here. And that's it. Hello and welcome to video number 9. We're going to be testing the funnel to make sure everything works from start to finish. So in order to test, there are several things that you can do. Obviously, you want to make sure that the sales page is connected to the thank you page, and the thank you page, when they fill in this information, that they begin to receive the content. What you can do is ask a friend, like change this. You can actually go back to PayPal, and this button is actually saved in your PayPal account. So you can always change the price and it'll be affected here. Now, what I would normally do is I would click on this and ask a friend to purchase the product, because you can always refund them later. Ask them to purchase the product and go through the process and test it out. Now, if you don't have a friend who can test it out for you, you could always find a spouse or somebody who has a credit card, because PayPal now does not require you to have a PayPal account. So go ahead and do that, test it out, and make sure that you land to the thank you page. If you landed the thank you page, then great. Now you need to enter your name and your email address. Click on submit, and then go to your email address and then confirm the subscription, and then from that point on, see if you receive the first follow-up email. And as you can see here, I have the email that I received. It says, thank you for purchasing the outsourcing 123 training, blah, blah, blah. Confirm this link below, which we have done. And that's it. So we received the first confirmation email. So that's a good sign. Now what we need to do is simply to see if the first follow-up message is able to come to our email box. And there we go. We have received it. It says, hi Bob, thank you for purchasing the Outsourcing 123 video training course. Just as a reminder, you'll be receiving content every week. So as you can see, we got the first video and the second video here, and it works. So that's how to test it. And of course, if you want to wait a few days, the other emails will come after that and after that. So definitely test it out. Definitely get some friends to test it out. And if it works, then and only then you can launch it live. Hello and welcome to the automated membership machine. In this specific video, I just want to share with you how this video course is beneficial to you and what it's all about. This video training course was created to help you learn how to basically set up a fixed term membership site and have it sell and deliver all your content on 100% autopilot. And I'm going to explain in just a minute how fixed term membership sites differ from the traditional membership sites. Now, if you're worried about all the technical stuff and all the technical scripts that people use to set up a membership site, then don't worry, because this video course was actually created for you and for others who are wanting to know how to set up some sort of membership site to deliver content without having to worry about, okay, what kind of membership script should I use? What kind of software should I use? How do I set it all up? This and that. And because a lot of people can get stuck in that mode. So this course is to help you get your content, gather it, and just start implementing it and set it up right away. So let's talk about traditional membership sites. Traditional membership sites are very ongoing, which means that somebody enters a membership site, they come in, they get a product, and then the site owner, you have to add product each and every month, and so on and so on and so on. And there's nothing wrong with them. You can make a lot of money with traditional membership sites. And in fact, there's a lot of stuff you can do with traditional membership sites that you may not be able to do as much with a fixed term or other types of membership sites like that. But the key point here is to help you set up a fixed term membership site. Now, fixed term membership sites, they also have their advantages and disadvantages, just as just about anything has advantages and disadvantages. But with the fixed term membership sites, they basically allow you to run a membership site on autopilot, literally. And it takes less time to set up. It takes less time to run. So you can focus more on marketing it, getting people to your site, and this, that, and the other. So let me talk about the videos themselves. Video number 1 is the introduction and the tools that you need. We're going to talk about basically an overview of you getting into the right mindset before we start the video course. And we talk about the tools that you're going to need, and of course a quick overview of the video series as a whole. And video number 2 is all about planning, brainstorming, and preparation. It's important to plan and brainstorm what your fixed term membership site is going to be about before you actually implement it. From that point, we move on to video number 3, or step number 3, where we gather all of your content and begin to organize them. There's a specific system and method that we're going to be using that will help you organize your content so that it's easy for you to set yourself up for success so that you can begin to implement the other steps fairly easily and quickly. And video number 4, we're going to talk about how to create a high stick rate and customer value. A lot of times we create membership sites and we forget about the customer. I mean, we focus so much on the content themselves that you almost forget about who is buying your content. So the key here is to understand, why customers leave and understand how to help them stay, how to create that environment for them that they will love your site, they will love you, and they will feel accomplished. And that's what we want as site owners, is to help our customers. Video number 5, we're going to talk about how to create thank you download pages. So, you've gathered your content and now it's time to create a thank you download page that will allow people to sign up on the autoresponder, and then they'll get the delivered content however you set up the autoresponder. Video number 6, we're going to talk about how to create a PayPal subscription button on your sales page and connect it to your thank you page. Video number 7, we're going to talk about how to upload pages and get URLs. And what I mean by this is, let's say you have 12 pieces of content or even more than that, and you've uploaded your content. And then in this video, we talk about how to get the URLs so that you can deliver that content in your future emails. Video number 8, we're going to talk about how to deliver your content. So now that you've gotten the URLs, it's time to deliver the content through Aweber, GetResponse, or anything else like that. And video number 9, we're going to talk about testing. It's vital to test everything out, but what do you have to test? And I'll show you what exactly you need to test to make sure that everything is working properly before you actually go live. And of course, last but not least, video number 10 is a support center. Often we create membership sites forgetting that we need to support them. So you got customers that come into your fixed term membership site. They get all of their questions answered by you fairly quickly. So literally what we're producing is a complete on autopilot, and you can really do this. So with that said, go ahead and read the sales letter down below. You can get more information there, and grab the video course and start your fixed term membership site and start running your own automated membership cash machine. Hello and welcome to video number 6. You're going to be learning in this specific video how to create a PayPal button, how to add it to your sales page, and how to connect that PayPal button to your thank you page. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do is to locate your thank you page, which we created in the previous video. And then you're going to need to create a sales page. So if you don't already have a sales page, I would do the same exact thing as I did previously. Create a new text document, but this time I'm going to call it index.html. Click on yes, and that's actually what you want to name it, your sales page, index.html. You can name your thank you page anything you would like to. I'm going to leave that there because what we're going to do next is we're going to create the PayPal button. Now, the PayPal button is going to be on the index.html page, the sales page, and then when somebody purchases the product, they are going to be sent to the thank you page. Now, in order to create a PayPal button, you're going to need to have a link to this specific page. So in other words, you're going to need to tell PayPal where you're going to upload your thank you page. Now, since we haven't actually uploaded any files yet, what I've done here is I have gone ahead and created a link, because what I'm telling myself is I'm going to upload this thank you page and all the rest of the files to this specific location. Check this out right now, .net/fixedterm. So this is where my files are going to be located, and this is where my thank you page is going to be. So you'll want to make kind of a judgment as to where it's going to be, and then we're going to upload it to that location. So now that you have these 3 items, what you need to do now is hop on over to PayPal. I've already logged into PayPal, my PayPal account, and what you need to do is click on Merchant Services. And then after that, click on Create Payment Button. Now the next thing that you need to do is simply to create a PayPal payment button. And it's very, very easy to do. You can choose a button type, and we're going to do subscriptions because we're going to charge a monthly fee, and we're going to click subscriptions. We're going to call this outsourcing, fixed term. The subscription ID is optional. You don't need that. And you can also customize the button. You can add a drop-down menu with prices and so forth. You can add a drop-down menu to gather other data if you want to, but we're going to leave it as it is. Billing amount each cycle. We're going to say $17 for the whole video course. And Since we're doing it by month, it's going to be 1 month. If you were to charge on a weekly basis, you can do that. You can do it on a yearly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So if you wanted to do it quarterly, you could do it 3 months and so forth. So we're going to keep it at 1 month. And after how many cycles should this billing stop? You can actually make it stop because you're doing a fixed term membership site. If you're doing let's say 6 months, then you could do 6 months. And you can also offer a trial period if you want to do that. And then simply click on customize advanced features. We don't need to do the track inventory because I'm selling an intangible product. You can do that if you want to, but it's not important. So now it says, do you need your customer's shipping address? I do not. This is going to be delivered to them automatically. It says take customers to this URL when they cancel their checkout. So this here will probably be the location of your sales page. So if they cancel, I want to direct them back to my sales page. So just enter that here. And then it says take customers to this URL when they finish the checkout. This is going to be your main thank you page. So I'm going to enter this here and click on create button. Now I have the code here. So all you have to do is click it, select it, right click, copy, and then I'm going to copy it over here to WordPad. And if you click on email, it basically gives you the link. So I can also grab this email link as well. So this is useful if you already have a sales page created and you have a fancy PayPal or payment button already, then all you need is this specific link. And once you're done with that, you can close this specific browser. And what we need to do now is to simply edit the thank you page. So I'm going to click on right click on open with, and click on composer. Now my sales page is blank just because I just created it. But for most of you, you're going to have a sales page that has sales copy on it and so forth and so forth. So we could have our headline, subheadline, information, problem, solution, blah, blah, blah. And then all the way down at the bottom, we've got the payment button here. Buy now to access the outsourcing video training courses, which will be delivered on a weekly basis. And on your sales page, you probably want to say something of that nature about when and how long they're going to receive their content. So is it on a weekly basis, a daily basis, a monthly basis, and so forth. And of course, everything else. So make sure that you're transparent on your sales page. And then in this case, I wanted to add the payment button here. So I'm going to put some sort of code that only I know, 456654. And then if you go to your source code and you look for that code, all you have to do is highlight this and simply copy that PayPal button information, that code that we got previously over here. And once that's done, I click on save. I can click exit. And if I double click this, you'll notice that this is our sales page and it has a subscribe button. And if I click on this, it forwards us to PayPal. And as you can see here, I've got the outsourcing fixed term for $17 for each month for 6 different installments. And as you can see, it works. And if all goes through, then it's going to be forwarding me to that thank you page that I set up earlier. That was right here. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to upload these files to your FTP so that it can begin to work on your live site. Hello and welcome to video number 3. We're going to talk about gathering and organizing your content. Here is how it is going to work. First, you're going to get all your content and put it all in one folder. It doesn't have to be organized. And then you're going to start making other folders. You're going to need to have some sort of system to know which folders are which. So what I recommend is you figure out your delivery plan. So once you figure out your delivery plan, then you can do week 1, week 2, week 3, and so forth. In month 1, month 2, month 3, and so forth. But you never want to do something that is easily guessed, like week 1, week 2. You always want to add some sort of numbers after it or before it. But you still want to keep it where you know exactly what week 1 and 2 and so forth. You don't want to do something random, like a bunch of numbers and a bunch of numbers. You want to make it so you understand what it is, but then at the same time, other people can't guess it. Because when we're setting up this type of fixed term membership site, we're not going to be doing any protection whatsoever. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, can't somebody share it? Can't somebody, this and that? Yes, they probably could, but in reality, you do this so you can take one step forward to get ahead and to protect yourself. But at the same time, if you begin to worry about all these complicated protection scripts and so forth, I guarantee it'll put you back a month or two, or even more than that, and you will not get things done. So this is an extra added layer of protection to protecting yourself. So once you've done that, you can put everything into the folders and it's time to move on. So with that said, now you know what to do. I'm going to show you how to do it, and let's hop over to Windows and start gathering that content and organizing it. The first thing that I recommend that you go ahead and do is to create a folder with the name of your fixed term membership site or the theme, and then add all of your content in this folder. Okay, so I went ahead and copied the content over to this folder, and let's say, for example, that I want to create a fixed term membership site about outsourcing, and each and every month I'll have a different course on outsourcing. Now, let's say, for example, month number 1, I have a video series on Fiverr outsourcing, how to outsource different tasks on Fiverr.com. So in this case, I have about 9 different videos. Now, before I begin to say, okay, this is day 1 or week 1 or day 2, day 3, day 4, you have to think about, okay, if somebody's going to watch this specific video or read this specific piece of content, are they going to feel satisfied for that day? Well, in this case, because video number 1 is just an intro, they're probably not going to feel as satisfied because they're going to want to have some more actionable content. So you could do it in a way like, let's say the first week they get access to the first 3 videos, and then the second week they get access to the 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, 9 is the third week. So if I were to do that and think through it, and I say, okay, people are going to be satisfied with these pieces of content and this, and I've gotten to that conclusion where I feel that they're going to be satisfied, and I know they're going to be satisfied, then I can actually begin to make my delivery plan. Now, the reason why I want you to think through this is because if somebody were to receive on the first day something that's not very satisfying, they feel like they didn't get their money's worth, then guess what? They're going to cancel and they're going to ask for a refund. So you want to make sure that you give enough but not give too much. Now, if I were to give, let's say on the first day, all of this, and all of this is way too much, it's very overwhelming, then, and let's say I give for every week or maybe every day, I give a brand new course. Now that would be very overwhelming. And what happens there is somebody will actually get the stuff. They're going to be really happy at first, but then they're going to realize that they're just not going to have time. So you're going to get people who have buyer's remorse and they feel like, wait a minute, I really don't have time. I'm going to have to get my money back. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to make money with this, or I'm not going to be able to learn this and this and that. So that begins to enter the picture. So what I'm trying to get at is don't give too little and don't give too much. So now that you understand that process, let's go ahead and organize all of this content. So let's say, for example, this is just month number 1, and week number 1, they're going to receive these 3 items and so forth and so forth. Now, if you're doing text or any type of newsletters with content, then you might want to actually put it inside of the autoresponder itself. But if you have some sort of videos or reports or PDFs or anything like that, then this is when this video or this part of the video will be applicable and will be helpful to you. So in this case, I have AVI files and Flash files. And let's say because people are learning only, then I'm only going to provide the Flash files. And what this means is when somebody goes to the link that I send them, they're going to be able to watch the video on site. So obviously you need to locate your files, and then you need to zip your files up. Or if you're not going to do zip files, then you want to make sure that they can read it, or they can watch it, or they can download it off of your site. So in this case, I have decided that, okay, all I want them to do is watch the video on my website. So this is a Flash content, which basically means somebody will come to the site and they'll see the Flash video immediately. Now, what I want to do here is I want to do, say, week 1 and then dash, and then it could be whatever that specific piece of content is about. So I could say week 1, and then let's say for video number 2, I also have week 1. And then video number 3, I got week 1 as well. Video number 4, I have week 2. And so forth and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and go ahead and do that so you can see it all in action. Okay, so I went ahead and did it, and as you can see, I've got week 1, week 1, week 1, 2, 2, 2, and 3, 3, 3. So right now we have created an amount of content for 3 weeks. And of course, I can add to this and create more weeks of content in the future. But in this case, I just want to use this as an example. So as you can see, I have named it week 1. So in this case, I'm going to send all these 3 videos to people in one email. Now, if you want to do it on a daily basis, then you might want to say week 1, day 1. Now, I know this looks a little tedious, but I guarantee you that it's going to help you in the long run. So day 1, because that's an introduction video, let's say we'll just give that on day 1 as well. But the third video, which is article research, and let's say my target audience are newbies, so they really need to understand how to do it correctly, and they need the time. So I'm going to say day 3. And if it's on a weekly basis, you probably want to spread it out among the week. You don't want to do it too far, but you want to do it enough where they can watch the videos and take action. Like take action that day or the next day, and give them enough time so that they take action. And this is one of the strategies too that you can use with, getting them to stay in your membership site. Remember, don't give too little, but don't overwhelm them either. So your goal is to help them take action. If you can help them take action, then you're one step closer to them staying at your membership site. But not only that, they're going to succeed, and that's what you want. So week 2, we're going to do day 1 here. And then since that's social networks, I'm going to do day 3. And then I'm going to pause this video and just go through all of these. All right, so now you see that I've gone through everything, and I've got week 1, day 1, and then day 1, and then week 1, day 3, and then week 2, day 1, and week 2, day 3, week 2, day 5, and as you can see, I've done day 1, 3, and 5. And the reason why I did that was just to leave a day in between so that people will have enough time to take action. If you can get them to take action, then they'll love you. And if they can succeed, then they'll love you even more. And of course, they'll stay at your site even longer. So now that you have done that, we're almost done. Now, before I end this video, what I want to do is figure out, in terms of an autoresponder, okay, I've got week 1, so there's 7 days in a week. And if you start using an autoresponder, the day 1 is actually starts with 0. So day 3 would actually be, let's see, 1. And then what I'll do is I'll use dots. And this is really not that complicated once you get a hang of it. So day 1, week 1. So we'll just do day 1. Okay, day 1, 0, and then day 3. So we're going to put 2 emails or 2 links in this one spot. And this is 1. And then 2 is day 3. And then 4, 5, 6, 7. So in actuality, it's just that day minus 1. So we've got 7 days here. And then the following week is day 1. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then so forth. 14, 15, or not 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then so on and so on. So this is actually the schedule that you're going to enter into the autoresponder. And as you can see, it's basically just a day minus 1 to get that number. And it'll make all sense when I actually set up the autoresponder and set up the sequences and everything like that. So I'm going to close this down and we're going to move on to the next video, and I'm going to talk about how to increase your stick rate so that people will stay in your membership site.